Let's understand light in this video. Imagine visiting a village at night and seeing trees full of tiny glowing fireflies. A boy named Keshav saw them and asked, "Why do they glow?" Then he looked at the moon and wondered, "Does the moon make its own light?" These simple questions will help us learn about light, its sources, how it travels, and how it makes shadows and images. First, light comes from many sources, some natural and some made by people. Natural sources include the sun, stars, lightning, fire, and animals like fireflies that make their own light. Artificial sources began with fire, and now we have bulbs, tube lights, and energy-saving LED lamps. LED lamps are bright, use less electricity, last longer, and help our environment. But used LEDs must be recycled properly. Some things make their own light. We call them luminous objects. Examples are the sun, stars, and fireflies. Other things do not make light, but shine because they reflect light. And these are non-luminous objects. The moon is non-luminous. It shines by reflecting sunlight. Light usually travels in a straight line. This property is called rectilinear propagation. You can test this by making aligned holes in cards. Light will pass and make a bright spot on a screen. If the holes are not aligned, the spot disappears, showing light does not bend around corners. A candle flame is visible through a straight pipe but not through a bent pipe, and that proves the same idea. Sometimes, light can bend in special situations, like when it passes from air into water. But we will study that in higher classes. Be careful with lasers. Only low-power ones are safe, and use them under a teacher's supervision. When light meets materials, three things can happen. It can pass through, scatter, or be blocked. Transparent materials, like clear glass or clear plastic, let most light pass and let us see clearly through them. Translucent materials, like tracing paper or frosted glass, let some light pass but make the view blurry. Opaque materials, like cardboard, thick cloth, or metal, do not let light pass, and they make shadows. A shadow forms when an object blocks light, and the missing light makes a dark patch on a screen. To make a shadow, we need a light source, an object that blocks light, and a screen, such as a wall or the ground. Opaque objects create dark, sharp shadows, while translucent objects make lighter, fuzzy shadows. The size and shape of a shadow change when you move the light source or move the object closer or farther. Changing the color of the object does not change the color of the shadow. People have used shadows to tell stories and entertain. This is called shadow play or shadow puppetry. Different parts of India have special shadow puppetry forms like Charma Bahuli, Kilu Bomme, Togalu Gumbeata, Ravanachaya, Tolpu Vakutu, and Bombalattam. Reflection happens when light bounces off a surface and changes direction. Shiny surfaces like polished metal or plain mirrors reflect light clearly and can make bright spots on walls. A plain mirror makes an image that is the same size as the object and stands upright. We call this an erect image. But the mirror image is laterally inverted, which means left and right are swapped. That is why ambulance is written in reverse on the front of the vehicle, so drivers see it correctly in their rearview mirror. The image in a plain mirror appears as far behind the mirror as the object is in front of it. A traditional metal mirror called Aranmula Kannadi is still made in Kerala by polishing metal instead of using glass. A pinhole camera is a simple box with a tiny hole that makes an upside-down image on tracing paper or a screen inside. The pinhole camera shows the colors and shapes of the scene, and you can make one using 2 cardboard boxes and tracing paper as the screen. Slide the inner box forward or backward until the image appears clearly on the tracing paper. A periscope uses 2 plane mirrors in a Z-shaped box, so you can see over or around obstacles, useful in submarines and bunkers. A kaleidoscope uses 3 mirrors and bits of colored glass or beads to make beautiful repeating patterns by multiple reflection. So what did we learn from this? Light comes from many sources. It usually travels straight and it can be reflected, blocked, or pass through materials. Let us quickly remember sources of light: luminous and non-luminous objects, straight line travel, transparent, translucent, opaque, shadows, reflection, and simple devices like pinhole cameras, periscopes, and kaleidoscopes. Keep exploring with safe, simple experiments at home or in school. They make learning fun and help you see these ideas in action. If you want to learn more, gently explore more lessons and activities on EduRev at your own pace.